Okay, we got Austin Stogner here. Let's get started with Eric Bailey.
Hey, Austin, thanks for your time today, man. Hey, wanted to ask you, what was it like to get out there on the field for the first time in almost a calendar year, just being 100% healthy?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It's great to be back out there. It's been a long time coming, long road, but I'm just grateful. Thank God to be able to be out there again and play the ball I want to play. So
With a different position coach, what was it like with Joe John, just seeing him in-game adjustments, reviewing tape after the game? What's that like, that relationship? What new side of him have you learned through this process?
yeah, it's been great. He's a great coach. Like I said before, he's played the position, so he knows kind of like the ins and outs. He's a very detail oriented guy. So just making those adjustments, seeing what happens. He sees stuff on the field and maybe sometimes I don't see. So he's letting me know that and letting us know, and we talk about it. So yeah, we made some good in game adjustments.
Austin, thanks so much, man. Hey, have a good week, okay?
So thank you.
Go to Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Austin, was wondering what you think about the move to practicing in the morning. The last couple of years, talked to Lincoln about it a few weeks ago, and he talked about trying to make it a little bit easier on y'all as players, not having to come back to the facility and things like that. Just curious what your experience has been with that.
Oh, I love practicing in the morning. It's a ton better. Usually we would come back at like 2 o'clock, and we'd be here till like 6 or 7. But now we're done by 12, and it gives you more time to get in extra film, extra lift, extra treatment. So it's a lot better. Just kind of you turn into a morning person. So I don't mind that.
Were you a morning person before?
Yes, sir, I was. I mean,
Okay.
we during this whole summer, whatever, spring list, we're waking up early, but I've been waking up early since high school, so I don't really mind it. I'm a
Appreciate it,
big
Austin.
nap guy though, so I'll throw a nap in here or there.
I don't blame you at all. Appreciate it, Austin.
Let's go next to Jason Kersey.
Austin, I think on the Caleb Williams touchdown run, you and Jeremiah and Braden were all on the field together, and I'm just wondering what it's like to be out there with those two guys in that sort of package, and if you guys especially enjoy those sorts of plays.
Oh yeah, the big boy package. We like all three of us going out there and lining up. It's a ton of fun. Um, yeah, we run out there and Tyrese, the right tackles, like we'll be yelling like "Big three." So so it's fun to get us all out there, and it's yeah, it's fun to play with those guys. So I hope we get a little bit more of that.
Thanks a lot, Austin.
Mason Young.
Hey, Austin. Lincoln talked a little bit yesterday about the success that you guys had, the offensive line, guys in the backfield in terms of pass protection during the last game. As a guy that sees it from both sides, running routes, but then also occasionally blocking, I guess just curious, did you sense that as being a strength also, and what do you think it takes to continue to build on that as the season progresses?
Well, no doubt we got to get better. I think the whole offense we all know we got to get better. But yeah, but that's a big part of it because if you got the protection up front, you can do some stuff with the routes that maybe like you wouldn't do if you see there's a blitz coming, you speed up your route and flatten it off. But if you got good protection, you can kind of work that route and get into the route you want. But that's a huge part of the game, and we'll only continue to get better.
Thanks, Austin.
Jenny Carlson.
Austin, I'm big on naps too. Good to know. Hey, I actually wanted to ask you a little bit about Spencer as a leader. I was asking Lincoln about this yesterday, and he said a year ago with some of those older guys you had on the offense and him being a first-year starter, you guys didn't really need him to fill that leadership role quite as much. Is that something you've noticed any, development? Is he more that guy now in addition to leading the offense? Have you sensed that out of him this season?
Yes, I have. He's stepped up big time in that role. Not only when he's out on the field, like in the huddle, making sure we're all good, all motivated, all our heads are right, but even when like we're rolling a different group out there and he's not even in at quarterback. He's still cheering those guys on, making sure their head's right, making sure they're finishing. So I've seen that a big jump for him in that sense.
I think it's easy to forget, he's a starter for a year and you think, he's kind of done it all, seen it all. It sounds like, though, that is a different wrinkle to what's being asked of him. Is that safe to say?
No, he was still in a leadership role last year, but we obviously had like Creed Humphreys who took like the head leadership last year. But Spencer will come and talk to us now, like bring us all up and make sure we're right if something's not going right. But so he's taken kind of that leadership role and he's done a great job.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.
Lee Benson.
Hey, Austin, it's one thing whenever you're able to come back and play in that Cotton Bowl, and I know you weren't at full strength yet, and you had that catch and you took a hit there, and everything like that went well. Now, all these months later, 8 months later, getting your strength back, getting back to the weight you need to be, and then taking some hits in a game. What was that like? Do you feel like you're all the way back now, and you're comfortable being out there, knowing that obviously you're playing a sport where you're going to be hit quite a bit when you touch the ball?
Yeah, I feel like I'm totally back. Coming in, it took me like a couple days to kind of get used to the playing at full speed again. It's something I haven't done in a while. Even when in the spring I wasn't at full go, but it's for sure good to be out there at full speed, and I'm excited to do it more. But yeah, it's I know I'm strong, I'm healthy, I'm the healthiest I've ever been, so I'm ready to take some hits and play more.
Ryan Chapman.
Hey, Austin, yesterday Lincoln talked about making sure you guys are playing all 4 quarters. I know that's something that you guys kind of talked about a lot last year as well. It's just playing the complete game. What do you guys need to do differently on Saturdays or in the lead up in preparation just to make sure that you've got that mentality to play well for all 4 quarters?
It starts in practice. We need to finish well in practice and make sure we're finishing on all the plays. And if you do it in practice and you keep doing it, like if you play hard, all the plays, like Coach Finley like preaches to us, if you play hard, all the plays, like run, do the extra stuff, then you won't get tired. You will never play football and get tired again. So like, that's what we've been trying to do, doing the extra stuff, making the extra runs. And so, that'll be big. And that'll just lead us into, staying locked in during the game, throughout the game, and playing all 4 quarters.
James Hale.
Austin, it looked like you guys were a little more into a groove in the first half than the second. What was going on there? I think you got your catches earlier in the game. Your thoughts on the offense and what happened in the second half?
It's the game of football. They'll get some, we'll get some. It kind of goes up and down, and we hit our punches early, and they hit some of theirs late. It's about how you take those shots and how you respond, and we know we got to do better, and we'll certainly do that. But yeah, it's just the game.
What kind of expectations do you have for the first game to the second game? The thought is you'll always be a lot better in the second game as a team. Do you expect that?
No doubt. We always plan to get better. So yeah, we plan to play better the second game.